When invoices are posted into Spire, either for your customer or from vendors, you can assign payment terms to calculate the due date and an early payment discount date. These dates can be used for reporting to see what is outstanding, to plan for how payments are received or made. To access the list of payment terms, from the Edit top menu, choose Payment Terms. You can have as many records as you need, depending on how many payment terms you accept from customers or are provided from vendors. For each terms record, you must assign a unique code and enter the description that you want to display in transactions. On the Info tab, indicate the number of days after an invoice date that it is due to be paid by. It could be 0 and is due immediately, or you could use a non-zero amount and calculate a due date later than the invoice date. If early payment discounts are applicable, you can also indicate what that discount rate is, and the number of days before this discount expires, which should be greater than 0. Days discount and due can be different and often are. Early payment discounts can apply to the pre-tax net amount or the after-tax amount. Each of the other tabs indicate where this terms code has been used. This includes both customers and vendors, and what the default offered terms are for new transactions, and the posted accounts receivable and payable transactions that use these terms. When editing a customer, from the Billing tab, you can set what the default payment terms will be for new invoices, either by typing the code here or selecting it from the list. Similarly, when editing a vendor, the Billing tab has a place for default payment terms as well. If you leave this blank, you will need to remember to add it to the invoice if you want terms to apply. And when creating new customers, there is a company setting to set a value for default payment terms. Whenever a transaction is created, either sales orders or accounts receivable invoices for customers, or purchase orders or accounts payable invoices for vendors, any default payment terms will be loaded onto the transaction. This code can always be edited when necessary prior to posting. If no terms code is included, then this means the due date will be the same as the invoice date. If a terms code is included, then posting an invoice will result in the due date being calculated from the invoice date and displayed on the accounts receivable or accounts payable transaction. Invoice posting may be prevented for the customer if any other invoices are overdue, and the company setting to disable credit for customers over terms is enabled. The discount date and amount will be determined within payment entry. When outstanding invoices exist in either accounts receivable or payable, there are reports available to list them. Some of the reports available from the Open Accounts tab allow you to print these transaction lists with amounts aged by the due date instead of the document date. Both accounts receivable and payable have an aged transactions by due date listing. An AR also has a customer statement by due date form. These reports might mirror more closely when cash will be received from customers or paid out to vendors, as you plan on future cash flow. These reports are also available from the Reports tab for accounts receivable or payable, where the aging date can be set to something other than today. This allows you to suppress all transactions that have a due date after this date and show transaction level detail to focus only on overdue transactions based on the report date. When it comes time to enter a payment against an invoice in accounts receivable or payable, if a terms code exists where an early payment discount applies, a discount amount is automatically calculated if the transaction is before the due date. If the discount date has passed, the percentage is still present, and you can click the Give Discount checkbox to calculate and use an amount. And you can always override both the discount rate and amount to apply whatever discount you want to give to a customer or have been given from a vendor. When entering a batch of payments, either to vendors or from customers via EFT, the due date calculated from terms can be used to decide which invoices you want to select to pay, either by inspection or from a button to mark all overdue invoices as paid. It can also be entered as a filter to control loading the list of invoices to receive payment. Any invoices that have terms that allow early payment discounts not yet expired will have amounts automatically calculated from the rate. And discounts can also be assigned whether or not they've been expired, or removed completely. You have full control in ensuring that invoices due are not missed, and appropriate discounts are not bypassed. If you would like more information about Spire Accounting, access the link in the description below to our homepage. Read the online manual help for additional assistance. Watch more videos from this playlist. And subscribe to the Spire YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.